So this is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your guy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living or its affiliates. Man, we're gonna have a great show today. All right. It's not often that we get an opportunity to talk to people who are just really I don't want to say spiritual, but grounded in life, you know. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this tonight because we got a brother. His name is Zemill. And people say, what does Zemill mean? We're going to find out what that name means. We're going to find out a lot of stuff, okay? But again, it's all about the journey. And this is a celebration, as we always do with every show. We celebrate the people, the journey, and the task at hand, all right? So let's get this going. What's up, Marcy?
Hey, how you doing? Let's do it.
I'm great. We're going to have a good one tonight. You're gonna love this one tonight.
Okay.
All right. Ain't a bunch of it's not a bunch of flares and words going out here and staring here.
Bless God.
It's some great conversation. You know how we do.
See.
So
let's do it.
Let's get it. This gentleman, he's and you know how we love spoken word on this show. We used to just play spoken word every single day on this
and Thursdays.
It was Thursdays, right? I'm sorry. And we used to do it, and we tried to make sure that we had a platform for these guys to get their spoken word out, and people just were afraid, just play my tape. All right. Well, no, we want to see your face as well. We want people to see and know who you are. Okay. Well, this gentleman has won so many awards with his spoken word. All right. And it's not the same as all of the spoken word that's out there. He has a platform that he's called that he takes across takes on the road. It's called PoJazz. All right, it's the PoJazz experience. Zemill's PoJazz experience.
Okay. What does that stand for?
A little bit of poetry here, a little bit of jazz there. You infuse it together, and you got the PoJazz experience. Right.
Okay.
You know. But we're not gonna hold this.
I'm excited. Let's hear it.
We're not gonna hold this banter too long because we want to get to the man. Let him talk. Okay, so everybody, welcome my guy Zemill.
Yes. How we doing?
Hi, Zemill.
Hello. How are you, Marcella? How you doing?
I am great. I'm
Wonderful.
excited.
Great to meet you.
You as well.
Zemill, man, welcome to the show. Thank you for giving us the time, and we appreciate you coming through.
Oh, man, it's an honor to be here, and thank Desiree for hooking this up and getting us together. And thank you both for allowing me to be on your platform, because I know you could, you got thousands of people. I saw your shout outs, right? I saw, some of the people that you've spoken with before, and it's just an amazing array of talented people. So I'm honored and blessed that you allow me to be in your space this evening.
We appreciate that, man. Thank you for those kind words. But yes. Who is Zemill, man? Where did you start? Where did you come from?
Zemill means joyous melodies in Hebrew. Okay. And I'm originally from Dallas. I was born here. I had an opportunity to go a lot of places, but Dallas is home. I went to George Washington Carver, Sequoia, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Graduated from Roosevelt and then went on to play football at SMU, the Pony Express back when SMU was really, really good, right? So I have been in Dallas most of my life, but with my job and some other things that I have done, I've had an opportunity to travel, a lot of places. One of my goals was to go to the top 50 states that were on my list, or the top 50 cities in every state that was on my list. And so far I'm down to 2. I've got 2 more to go. 2 places that I have not been yet. And so Zemill is a dichotomy of life. It's an entire array, a portrait of a person who has seen a lot, done a lot, lived a lot, struggled and gone through some things, survived some things in life, and am blessed to be able to be here tonight to speak to you about that journey. So I am music, I am poetry, I am smooth jazz, smooth R&B, neo soul. You asked the question, what is PoJazz, when I was back in the background there in the studio, backstage. PoJazz, the blending of smooth jazz, smooth R&B, neo soul, blended together to lift your heart, stir your soul, warm your spirit.
Okay.
Entertaining, magical evening that pulls the audience into the experience, giving them a sense of euphoria that cannot be had anywhere from an intimate setting, such as Zemill's PoJazz experience. So I am music, I am poetry.
And how you just said that was like you were doing spoken word at that point. How you just explained that to us. The flow of it and the lyrical way you spoke that. That was interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. It's real. And one thing I will tell you up front, there's no facade about who I am and where I've been and what I do. And, we was talking backstage. This is who I am, all of those things in the music, and those things that come off the top of my head and answer the questions, or some questions, that I've been asked that I've answered similarly. But every show, none of the general conversation is scripted. Nothing that I will say to you, of course, your questions are, I'm sure, phenomenal. Whatever it is that you have, none of it is scripted. It is what I'm saying in the moment. So that some of it is similar or same information, but none of what I do either on the show or live is scripted. It is, only the words that are actually written are scripted. Everything else is you and me talking organically.
And see, we feed off of energy here. We feed off of energy. We want to make sure that everybody feels that energy. And so right now, Marcella, that energy is huge right now already.
Yeah.
And like I just said, how he spoke and just explaining was like he was doing spoken word. And then as he was just explaining this last time, how he was using his hands as though almost like he was dancing. It was lyrical the way he was doing it. Like, I was like, okay.
You know what? That's good. I'm gonna have to take that with me, because in all of the interviews, and I've done a few interviews in my time, but no one has ever noticed that.
I watch people.
No one has ever noticed that.
I watch, I listen. I listen. I was at a conference yesterday and it was interesting. I was looking down on my phone and I heard someone walking down the hall. And when I looked up, I laughed. And the lady looked at me and she said, I didn't know her. And she looked at me. I said, I knew that was a Black woman. And she said, why do you say that? I said, it was something about the way in the clump of her walk. It was someone that was very confident. It was, and I forgot all the words I used, but she just looked at me like, whoa. And, and another director heard, and she was like, oh, that was deep. Just in her walk, I knew that was a Black woman. It was, like I said, it was confident. It was like, hey, I'm here. I got a seat at this table. And listening to you, watching your hands, even if you were muted, it was still, I'm not sure if I'm using the proper word, but it was flowing, it was lyrical, and it was like a melody with your hands.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marcy's a little psychic, man. She's a little psychic. So
no, I'm not psychic. That is not a god. No, I'm not psychic.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it like that, okay? But Zemill, let me get a little bit more background, because you played sports in high school.
Yes.
What made
Yeah.
you change up from sports to go this direction?
Well, I was, thank God I was blessed to be able to perform as an athlete. So I played sports. I was good in the classroom. I was academic, all those accolades. And so I was in the top 5 or 6 people in my class when I graduated. Football, basketball, and track. Got an opportunity to go almost anywhere I wanted to go in the country academically. From a football standpoint, played basketball, but football was my thing because back in the day, football was the major sport at the time in Texas. Football is really big in Texas. What really drove me, I've always been writing. I've been writing since I was 6 years old. I've been writing poetry since I was 6. I didn't really, but I just dabbled in it. And I didn't really get totally into it until about 12 years ago. I wrote my first book, and some friends of mine were saying that, okay, you've been a manager in corporate America for 40 years and you feel comfortable in front of people. You should promote your book by doing your poetry live. And so it really wasn't a thought until, like I said, almost about 12 years ago. And when I started, it was, I'll never forget, it was 5 people there. And it was amazing. And, life, if anything, it teaches you humility. And I'm thinking, okay, it's 5 people. I got a friend of mine who invited me to be on the show. It's 5 people there. And I go in there and I'm thinking, I'm doing okay. I learned this poem and I do it. And I wasn't very good. I mean, I got through it. People thought I was good, but for me, because you as a poet, I know this is some trivia thing, but I actually count the number of words that I miss in a poem throughout the course of a night. And so I was really, really, really critical of me. So I progressed from that and moved to the Black Academy of Arts and Letters, got an opportunity to perform on the night with the poet by the name of Seven. Curtis King of the Black Academy of Arts and Letters here in downtown Dallas, is connected to the Dallas Convention Center, who's an institution, who's been in, theater and entertainment for over 47 years, invited me to come back. I performed. They asked me to be a part of their Poets and Jazz series. And from there, I was 2 nights a week. 2 nights each year, Friday and Saturday night. And it was the first time that I had gotten paid to actually perform. And I'm thinking, okay, I like this. Okay. And the people kind of feeling what I'm saying. They kind of feeling the flow, and you take the PoJazz and you take the music. And one of the things that makes PoJazz different is that it's an arrangement. It's not just me speaking to music. I actually, a lot of times, and I don't know if I've said this on a lot of interviews, but it started out as a song. A lot of times it really started out as a song, and I removed the lyrics from the song because I'm also a lyricist. And Joe McCrae, a phenomenal producer, musician, takes the words, he takes my melodies, and he puts the melodies down, and it starts out as a song, and then it ends up being something. I say, okay, I'm kind of flowing with this. Let's not do a song with this. Let me take this melody and put words to it. And the appreciation from the audience, the backing of the people, and just the enthusiasm and the energy from how that was all received 12 years ago is what guided me to where I am having this conversation with you now. So that's kind of a in the park home run of the question that you asked, but that's really what the journey was.
You mentioned with your is it PoJazz or PoJazz or
what that's a good question, really good question.
Yeah,
it's really PoJazz. It's really pronounced PoJazz, but most people say PoJazz because they see it. They see the P and the O, and they see the jazz, and then they do the connecting, and it's almost like, okay, it's cool as long as you get the connection. But whether you say PoJazz or PoJazz or however you say it, it's PoJazz. And I'm good with the one though. I'm blessed and honored that it's on the tongues of the people who come out and support me and see me. They say it. However they do it, it's good.
Good.
I'm good.
And you said, as I'm reading the bio, it said that your mantra is we have to trust the process.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Good question. My son, Dr. Jonathan Johnson, he's a theologian. He was doing a sermon one day, and I got a chance to go see one of his first sermons. And his sermon was trust the process. And in college, one of the things that we were taught was, proper preparation prevents poor performance. We call it the 5 Ps. 5 Ps. And in that trust the process means that you, as we were talking on stage, there are going to be some things that you're going to be going through. Mm-hmm. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision, an end goal. You have to understand, and this is, and I don't say have to so much, but think about, we are the sum of the choices we make, the chances we take, and the opportunities we create.
Let's go.
That process, once you start with that, and you know where it is that you want to go, and you've made the decision that this is what I want, then the starting point and the ending point is just that dash in the middle of our life that says, this is how you're going to get there. And the steps that it takes to get there may involve you changing your diet. It may entail you, changing who your friends are, your circle are. Mm-hmm. But those is learning a skill, learning processing, computers, whatever that thing is. But in order for you to get to here, starting from here, that in the middle is the process. In your plan, if you have faith and you believe and you understand it, mm-hmm. you are disciplined and consistent with putting in the work to making it happen, you get there. So you got to trust that. You got to trust that the vision that you got, that vision, that thing that you received, that what you saw, you have to trust that what you're doing to get there is going to be worth it at the end to receive what it is that you're about to have.
Marcella, I see what you're talking about, okay? With the hands and the movement, I see it, okay?
Me being a former dancer, that was something like with ballet and contemporary dance and things of that, how we used our hands to, also to speak and to dance. And it's like he's got the full package there. But yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
We were talking off before the show started. And I had been listening to a lot of the music that and the words that Zemill is speaking. And man, I told him, I said, man, there's one song that I was listening to that really, really, really got to me. And he, I told him, don't tell me now. We got to say it on here. So Zemill, I want to play this song. Okay, we're going to play this in its entirety. I think it's 2 minutes. Play this in its entirety, okay? Marcy, you're going to, I don't play songs all the way through. I never play songs all the way through, but you got to hear this. Let me bring Gina on. Gina, hey.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hello, Gina.
Hi, how you doing?
Wonderful.
Okay. So I'm going to play the song here. It's called My Heart Heard You. All right?
Wow. I like the title.
Okay. Hey, listen to this, guys. And as I said before, Zemill and I had spoken before the show started, and he said there's a story behind this, all right? Because I said this is I listened to a lot of them, but this is a good one for me. I don't know about anybody else. It's a good one for me. All right.
Okay.
Y'all check this out. This is Zemill.
My girl. I saw your picture and I wrote you a letter. So I hope these thoughts are received well. I heard you when you said that you cared. My heart heard you when you said that you wanted to be mine. You see, it's been a long time since I had someone that I could say that I believed in and who believed in me. But with everything that you've done, you've showed me that your love is real. With everything you've done, you showed me that you are true, that I can trust you. You told me you had my back. You said, baby, I got this. And I'm here to tell you, I got you back, baby. I went to church and I asked the pastor, I got down on my knees and prayed. I said, Lord, is this the woman that you've sent my way? Because I believe that she is the best of all of my days. See, my heart heard you. I heard you. My soul, you reached out to me, you whispered into my being, and now I know for sure that you are the girl that I've always longed for. And I know that in my heart, in me, that there is no other that will ever be. So I just wanted to tell you that in this letter, how I feel, and I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to hold you in my arms. I'm going to squeeze you tight. I'm going to make sure that you know that every single thing is all right. And just at the end of the day, I want you to hear me say, whisper in your heart as you have in mind, that I am going to make a way. I love you. I will see you soon. Zemill.
Woo!
I
Yes.
like that PoJazz. It's in the lane of its own.
That's
in the lane of its own.
Yeah, you have officially become a PoJazzist.
Let's go.
Yes.
That's a whole nother genre.
Yes, it is.
Hey man, my partner Shayna Tate said you're invited to Brown Skin Coffee. We'd love to have you. And of course,
great place.
Being the publicist that she is, Desiree said, please reach out to Desiree BBB.
Go ahead,
girl. Go ahead.
Girl, she the hook up now. You gotta call Desiree. She'll hook it up.
Desiree on it.
She be on it. She be on it for real.
That would be great. That would be great.
Marcy, you want to ask a question?
No, I have something to say. As
usual. Say what you gotta say, girl.
Okay. I loved that. My heart heard you speaks volumes.
Come on, man.
Because you can say things to someone and it's just words. You hear it, it goes in one ear, possibly out the other. But when it penetrates your heart, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different level. That was nice. That's all I can say. That was real nice. With the words, the title.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it's poetry in music.
Yes,
put the poetry into music, which is something I haven't heard before. That's why I say it's in a lane by itself. It's telling a story, and it's really getting deep, and you follow along with it. Like most music, you just listen to it. Either you're listening to the beat, but very seldom do you listen to the words. But with this, you actually listen to the words.
And it was the perfect music for that. It sets the atmosphere, it sets the mood, and it's like
score.
Good.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
Thank you so much.
We got to give Zemill an opportunity. Like I said, we were talking before the show. He said there's a story behind this. Okay, Zemill, I need that story right now.
I was working in corporate America for some time. And I had this friend of mine who followed the poetry and the music, and she was about to get married, and she wanted to do something different, and she asked would I write something for her. This is Watika and Kenna. They won't mind me saying their names. Call her Tika, and she asked if I would write something that she would come down the aisle rather than the traditional theme song, the wedding song. And so I said, wow, I've got something. And she said she was a part of the show, or she's been following me for some time. And so she heard the song on, one of the nights that she was actually chilling, and she heard it and she said, I'd like that song. And so imagine at a wedding, not the traditional theme song, but I had him standing in the background to my side, and she was coming down the aisle, and we were speaking. I was speaking the song as if he was talking to her as she was at her wedding. And originally, like I said, that was actually a song, and a friend of mine wanted to, use it to do something else with it. But I said, no, we'll take the lyrics off of this one also, and let's put the words to it. And thank you, Ms. Marcella, for acknowledging and all of you actually. Those words, when you speak to someone and you touch them in a way, and I always say that intimacy at its core is being able to touch somebody mentally without physically being in their presence. That true intimacy is deeper than the physical realm. And so when you touch somebody's heart, I just thought that was amazing. And when they came down that aisle and the people had never seen anything like that before, they hadn't heard it. It was just an amazing feeling to see the smiles on their face, not from a place of ego or, accolades for being pat on the back from my part. But thank God for the blessing and the gift to be able to share it and me not messing it up, because sometimes we can do that. Sometimes we get things and ideas and it come from here and then we do something with it and mess it up. But that's the story. It started out as an idea, and I wrote it to the letter. The letter was a love letter from the groom to his wife. And I took the idea. He gave me a little thought. I said, tell me a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about what Tika can tell me about, what it is that you want me to say. And I said, okay, boom. Okay, that's what it was. And that's what it ended up being. And it ended up being My Heart Hurt You.
That's such a unique idea. I love it. I'm going to have that at my wedding. Maybe not that one, but another one. I'm going to have to do that.
Oh, wow. You know what?
You married Mercy?
One day when he finds me, he's got to find me.
Let me tell you something. There's a piece on the Timeless CD called Undying Love that another guy used a couple of lines from the poem Undying Love. And at the end it says, until the sun says that it no longer has light to shine and the moon has bowed beneath the curtains of oblivion, know that with every thread that binds the chromosomes of my DNA to my life, that you deserve the very best that we have to give for as long as I live, and the mutual respect and compassion that blends our lives together decrees that it is my responsibility to secure you until life itself has set me free from this imperishable link called us.
Wow.
Damn. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
You can say, this is your show, dude. Let's go.
Gina, can I tell you why?
Yes.
Because you deserve that kind of love.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Where do you get your inspiration from? And is it like you're just things pop in your head, or what brings where's your inspiration coming from? From a lot of
Good question. Inspiration is life. It's what I live with. It's what I see. And the words of love come from the reservoir of relationships and experiences that I've had in my life, and that place that I go to pull those emotions and those things from. Because on the surface, you see at 6'2", 240 football player, linebacker thing, you don't really see that side just in the initial thing from the outside, but we're so much more complex inside. So it's never been about the aesthetics and what we look like. It's about who we are inside that always matter. And so the inspiration comes from whatever it is that I see, whatever it is that I'm feeling at that particular time or at that moment. But most of it comes, it's again from up here, and I think about it, and I have to keep a recording or something to me, because it's all through the night. And sometimes I get into a trail of songs or get into this thing where it's like 4 or 5 words at a time. It's like thinking about what it is that I'm going to say. And I rarely ever sit down to write, to think of something to say. It's a thought that comes to me, and it could be a sentence, it could be a line, it could be a word. And then I take that word and I write it down and I come back to it. And I start at the end of the poem or the end of whatever it is that I'm going to write. That what I just said, that undying love.
Mm-hmm.
I started with that because you deserve that kind of love, and it goes back to the top, and I fill in the blanks.
Now you know what?
That's how my thought process goes. Sometimes I hear the whole song at the same time. Sometimes I hear the poem. Sometimes I hear them all, but I hear thoughts and I hear music, and those things come to me. And they're inspired by they're stimulated by the environment and where I am. In these troubled times, I'm talking about political things, and in other moments it's talking about love, and other moments it's life. So it's what's happening.
Zemill, we talked earlier also about our position. Now, we don't claim to be life coaches. We don't claim to be, the relationship experts and this and that. We're just telling our experiences. We're just telling life, okay? And as you said, this is life, and it's expressed through your music. I got some more music. Marcy, you sound like you want to ask something else.
No, it was just when he speaks, it's like I have a vision of seeing him on the beach with the sun going down and just relaxing with his pen. And that's that's just what I keep seeing in a vision with him. And it's just like very serene, relaxing. With the water just very calm, and just
very expressive.
That's where it puts you, though.
Yes,
it puts you in that serene mindset. Correct. I just want to know, Zemill, do you do live performances?
Oh yeah, we just finished the filming of a live. We premiered at the Evo Theater in South Lake. The last live show that I did. So the answer to your question is yes. And the live show, I'll send Greg, and Desiree has a couple of things, or a couple of the clips. I'm just now I'm gonna make a confession to you guys. I have not really been good at this whole social media or promoting what it is. Locally, we'll sell out a show here locally because the people know we're going to come. They know what they're going to get. It's an intimate evening, grown and sexy. I do, from inspiring to love to social conscious, and all of that is in one show. So again, the answer to your question is yes, but I have not. I confess that I have not done that. Now that I have retired after almost 40 years, my goal this year and the rest of this year is to do more and be more vocal and to be more visible beyond the DFW Metroplex. And but like I said, we were at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters for 10 years, and we blew up Friday, Saturday night, man. It was great. We had a phenomenal time.
You're in this area?
I am in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah, that's right.
Dallas, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just left there actually. Well,
yeah. I've been to Phoenix. I've done something at a party in LA. I've been to a function in Chicago. I've performed at the Apache in Atlanta. So I've done some things, but on a consistent basis, where I'm on tour, I have not done that yet. However, the music, based on the music, and particularly on the last premiere, and with the enthusiasm and energy from my friends, we're ready to take another step. So we're putting some stuff together, and we're looking at it. 4 cities have asked me to bring Zemill's PoJazz experience. The actual film. I filmed the last show, and it's a different kind of film because it's the show, but when you go to it, it makes you feel like you're at the actual live show.
Okay.
That's okay.
So what are the cities? Is it Chicago area, Midwest?
Excuse me?
You just said 4 cities you're looking at coming to?
Well, 2 in Texas, Austin, San Antonio, 3, Houston, Phoenix, Atlanta, and, a couple of other people have talked to me, but seriously, some outside conversation about LA. So that's at 6 actually.
I didn't see nothing about
get everybody into the jazz experience.
I had a friend of mine who came to the show whose daughter came to the show, and she's in New York. She does short films, and they were like in their 20s, and they were, it was really, really gratifying because the age range that came to the show to actually, talk to me about, to experience it, was from the mid 20s all the way up to 85, 88. My neighbor said her 88-year-old father-in-law came and said he enjoyed it and loved it. And so that kind of response is what's, getting me and inspiring me to go out and do some more stuff. And so
because it's peaceful, it's a peaceful vibe. All right.
It's not all of that craziness.
Hold on,
yeah, no, we don't do raunchy. I do not do raunchy. I do sensual. I do like I said, romantic. I do social conscious. I recognize Black men at every single show. As a matter of fact, I start every show by recognizing Black men.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's rise, Black man, rise. You know what I'm saying? So it's right. I just believe that's where we are. The show used to be, it's funny because the show used to be, like 90% women. And then the guys start saying, what the hell, why are we missing out on what they come home so excited about? I'm thankful that y'all went to see him because there's a couple of songs. The guys say, okay, we coming now to see what it is that you're doing. And so now that they're, I'm your setup guy. This is it.
I can guarantee you can help me out a lot, man, with that first song.
Dude, take it, write it down, use a couple of lines. Just don't be like one of my buddies.
Don't give him any ammunition.
Yeah. No, my buddy, he tried his hand at imitating me and end up saying something crazy like the rose grew on the fountain. Dude, let it go. You can't memorize what it is.
You gotta put it together right.
Learn the lines. If you're gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, this next song is called "Love Takes Time." You want to tell us about that one before I play it, or should I play it first?
Just play it.
He said, just play it.
All right, this one is called "Love Takes Time," y'all. Y'all check this out. We with Zemill. That's not what I wanted to play, so I got to get through that first. So, I hate when they put these commercials up, man. But how am I going to do this,
dude? I'm easy.
We're gonna roll. Look, don't matter of fact. So you don't hear it now, right?
Not yet.
Here we go.
But you have me on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's interesting.
Let's go.
Love takes time.
Oh man,
you cannot rush a masterpiece. This you will see. For a millennium has it has waited to be. To touch the very core of your soul, its journey is the sum of endless waters and stories yet untold. As the tide rolls through distant lands, it leaves behind the power of might with an echo of demand. Wait for the moment. Wait to know it's right. And when in splendor it appears to your heart, it will give a radiant light. It is enduring, it is pain. If you ever possessed it, held it close to your breast and lost it, you will never be the same. Take your time to truly understand. You must be sure, for love loves nobody. It exists in the outer atmospheres. It carries no sign of acknowledgement, and when it's broken, only time is its cure. So be patient. Let it come by its own railway line. For if it's yours to have and theirs to give, it lasts beyond the infinity of time. Love takes time.
What?
I heard the water in the background.
Whoa!
So
yeah, Jenny did that for you. He did that. Yeah, that's amazing. I will tell you that I have not heard that in 10 years.
Wow.
That's amazing that you pull that, because that on that in the mix CD, the one that you're playing those things from, one side is like 32 cuts, and one side is like poetry, and then the other side is the the PoJazz. And so for you to pull that one, like wow, like one side is just the spoken word side of what I do, and then the other side is the other CD is the in the mix, which is will warm you up and has all the with the music. But then I progressed so much, and I was just thinking about that because it's just amazing how far I've come since I've done that. I say, wow,
that's what I was going to ask you. Why wasn't there music with that one? But I understand now that you explained.
Yeah, it was a two-sided CD. It was a two-set CD.
Gina, Marcy, before every show, I do two things. I watch Wheel of Fortune, and then I listen to Noel Gourdin, The River. Today I said no, I'm going to listen to Zemill, and it took that whole half hour. All right, it took that whole half hour. I was just mesmerized. Okay, and here's the thing that impresses me so much is that normally when you got a guy doing this, other guys will be like, yeah, man, this dude, man, whatever.
Yeah, they hate on him.
They be hating, all right? But you can't hate this because it's speaking to the heart. It is speaking truly to the heart. And not only the words, but your voice, Zemill. Your voice is one of those voices. I mean, I don't want to say a radio voice, but it's one of those voices that
it's soothing and smooth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very smooth. Yeah, that's the right word, Marcy.
Do you sing? Do you sing, Zemill?
I sing a little bit. There was a time when I sang, and I was pretty decent. I was never Will Downing, but I was pretty good. Then I had surgery.
I love Will Downing.
Yeah, and I had a surgery that I didn't totally rehab properly from, and so I went from singing a little bit and kind of being in the groove until doing the poetry. And as listening to that piece, and I remember how it makes me think about how my voice changes depending upon the piece. Sometimes it's here. Sometimes to really get into that space with you, it's here. And then sometimes it's when a black man stands, he makes standing up look cool because the swag in his DNA is gifted with smooth. You know what I'm saying? And so the other thing about the show, when it comes to Zemill's PoJazz Experience, there's no one song. You're going to dance. You're going to sing along to the song. There's a song where I'm going to have the ladies say meow, and I'm going to have the guys go roof.
What do you say, roof?
They're going to go roof. So we run the gambit, because in my mind, every show that I do, everything that I do, every performance is for you, the audience. Everything it's not me up here, trying to say, okay, I can put these words together, la 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 la, because poet, that's phenomenal poet. A lot of people can do something. But my goal is to entertain, educate, uplift, and inspire you to the extent that you would want to inspire others, and that you walk away from that space and that night different, and that you feel it, and that no one has to explain to you what PoJazz is anymore. You know it. And so it's never the same. And every year I write 5 or 6 different songs or pieces for that particular show. I will do 16 to 18 pieces, and every year there are going to be 5 that you never heard before. Either the smooth jazz. You're talking about that beach thing, Gina. There's a song called Feeling Sexy that Lenny Nance worked with me on, and Great Fulton Turnage plays saxophone for me. My voice is not even on that, so I don't have an ego about it. And on the Zemill's Essential Smooth Jazz CD, I say 4 lines on the whole CD because I introduce you to
great twist on words.
Literally, because I want to introduce you to just that smooth jazz side. So you're talking about taking you on, and Greg, you want to go on the journey, and you on Hookup. Zemill's Essential Smooth Jazz CD.
Oh, I'm not done. Trust me.
Just play.
I'm gonna. This is probably gonna take the place. Sorry, Noel. probably going to take the place of Noel Gordine as I prepare for my show every day. I wanted to read something here. You did an interview, and they were talking about your PoJazz experience. It says Zemill's PoJazz experience isn't merely entertainment. It's an immersive experience designed to evoke emotion, provoke thought, and inspire contemplation about life's myriad facets. His approach to storytelling through music allows audiences not just to listen, but to feel, to become part of each story being told. Hey man, that's exactly what we felt today.
Thank you. That is then I thank God for the blessing of being able to deliver the message that was intended to be received. Because at the end of the day, we remain all of us, all of you, the four of you, the three of us, and I'm looking at the four squares. We remain instruments and vehicles of expression, and at its core, poetry is the language of expression, and the music is the carrier, or it's the conduit. It is that vehicle that moves you, and the words are the fuel that gasses it and propels it, and then the music carries it. And so I'm passionate about what it is that I do and what it is that I say. And so the quote was spot on, because in a couple of the reviews were somewhat like that. It's like it's a different thing. And so even now, you guys, now you know a little bit about what PoJazz is. But when I send you clips, you'll see, okay, this is okay. Now you groove, and then when you see the array, the vast arrangements, different things. Oh, so it's this, and just when you think it's not all My Heart Hurt You, it's not all Love Takes Time. It's one of Love Takes Time and 15 other different things, but it's all one cohesive flow. And one of the things, one of the greatest compliments I ever had is guys, Grammy award-winning mastering engineer in San Francisco, who did the Time to CD and who does all of my mastering. He said the one thing that I like about you, he said no one can put you in a box. And I can't tell you even what country he's from, but I just know he's got the accent. And he says no one can put you in a box. And all the songs are different, but they're all one cohesive. They all fit and they all fit. Because doing some DJing back in the day, I used to always like to have a certain flow and a certain rhythm. And I think life has a certain flow and a certain rhythm. Yeah. And that's how I do a show, and that's how I do my music. The Timeless CD, it took me 5 hours just to arrange how I'm going to put them 1 through 12, because every song had to tell a story. The first song on the Timeless CD is "Come Along and Roll with Me," right? And and then the last song on the CD is called "Tell Me How You Like It," which is the dance track. And so it has to tell the story, and it goes back to that. All of it goes back to that. But the story must have substance. So let us be clear about that.
The one thing that I can say that I like about you is that you're genuine, right? And that's extremely important for me. What is it that you want people to know about Zemill?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a loaded thing, and I'll try to do it in less than a Googleplex of time. I think that at the end of the day, someone who is aware of life and life's many facets, the love, the life, the inspiration, the joy, the sorrow, the sadness, the motivation, the inspiration, all of those things, and know that Zemill, which again means joyous melodies in Hebrew, is a messenger who is going to present music and words solely written and inspired by the gift that has been given. Someone who's going to be genuine and honest and tell you and speak from the heart to the heart about life and love and what's happening inside your soul in order to move and lift you up and stir your heart and warm your soul, which is a part, again, of what I talked about earlier. Know that Zemill's goal is to deliver those good feelings and those good vibes to you.
Definitely. Where are you performing next?
The next performance is actually August 7th. I'll be here and I'll be performing for the veterans and for the Tiny House Foundation. And I'll be doing a performance. I wrote an original poem for the recipients of the Purple Heart. So I'll be performing in front of veterans. So we did it last year and they asked me to come back. And so I'll be doing that on August 7th.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. We can't wait to arrange something so you can get here. Brown Skin Coffee Tea. We got you, man. We're ready for you, all right?
Oh, man. We good. Let's do it.
We got to do it. I'm going to talk to Shayna Tate, make sure it happens. Hey, man, shout out to Desiree Lee Benson, man. Super PR, all right? You know.
Yes.
She's wonderful.
She's doing her thing, okay? And thank you, Desiree, for your kindness and the conversation we've had. Appreciate that, most definitely. She says to follow his page for more. Arabic Zemill PoJazz. I said PoJazz. PoJazz experience. I'm gonna get it right, man. I'm gonna get it right.
Zemill's PoJazz. Yeah, Zemill's PoJazz experience on Facebook. Zemill's PoJazz on Instagram and TikTok. Zemill's PoJazz experience on YouTube. Attentionrequired.com is the site for all things Zemill. The music and everything is attentionrequired.com. But social media, Zemill's PoJazz experience on Facebook and YouTube. Zemill's PoJazz on Instagram and TikTok.
And I'm telling you, I found if you put Zemill in YouTube, period, he pops up. That's all that pops up is Zemill, period. So make sure that you guys go support, go to his next shows. When he's in the Midwest, we're gonna let you know. Definitely gonna let you know. Marcy, we're gonna get out of here.
Okay, Zemill, it has been such a pleasure to meet you. I love your work. I will be following you. I am a fan now. Your PoJazz, I had never heard of it. People, support this young man. Support him. And I just want to congratulate you on what God is doing in your life and what he's going to do. Please stay humble.
Always.
Because you will be blowing up soon.
You're already blowing up. What are you doing?
No, I'm talking about beyond,
bigger than that.
Beyond what he can imagine.
Yeah. Thank you for that. You know what? Real quickly, I remember, I'm gonna tell you what keeps me grounded really quickly is that, there was a time that I had lost everything I had and I had to go back to home after college, right? And I had to go sleep on the floor in my mom's and all of us were going through some things at that particular time. And every time and didn't have a car, so I was having to catch the bus. But I still had a job. I kept the job. So I told you I've been working for 40 years, but that was a rough spot. And every time I could hear my mother Shirley, she passed at 49. I can see her saying, "It won't always be this way, and you know what you have to do." Those two things keep me grounded. There's no amount of money, accolade, accoutrements that could be handed my way that could change this person who I am. I still like nice things. I've always liked nice things, even when I like nice things. But thank you for that. But yeah.
And this is really what's needed. There's so much division in our country. There's so much negativity, and it's very refreshing. And I truly, truly stand on what I just said. You're gonna really blow up.
Thank you so very much.
It's already blowing up. Gina, go ahead.
Yes, you have now another follower.
Wonderful.
Yes. And I'm so impressed. I love jazz anyway. I've been to a lot of jazz concerts. It's just so relaxing. But this PoJazz is something totally different. I've never heard it before. It combines my two loves into one, which is poetry, spoken word, and music. And it's just so different. It's definitely something that you are, cornering the market on right now. So you know, Desiree is a great promoter. She's really pushing you. I see you going big places, bigger than where you are, just like Marcy said, because you have something that's very unique and something that people want. It's not something that's, you know, you get tired of the banging, head banging type of music getting in your ear. You want to be, you know, you want to be in a serene place, and that's what that's what you put us in. You've got it all. It's all in one package. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I'm a fan, just like Marcy is. I'm following, and I will stay very close to PoJazz.
And I will follow you all as well.
Making me change my routine up, man. Like I said, Wheel of Fortune, Noel Gordine, and no disrespect, Noel Gordine. I love your music. Thank you for coming on the show when you did, okay? But you know, Zemill top the charts right now for me, okay?
Yes.
It's peaceful, serene. It's believable. It's genuine. You know what I mean? And man, you can't get no better than that. You in the world, especially, we didn't touch on it too much today because we did speak early. But in the world like we're living in today, there's so much turmoil. We need peace. We need something that's going to calm us down. Something that's going to soothe our soul. Okay, you've done that, brother. You got this. Okay, I'm so glad that Desiree brought you to us. And right now, the only problem is for you. Only problem for you, Zemill, is that you locked with us now. Okay, you found it.
I'm here, man. You know, you need a guest or someone to come in and kick it with you guys for what, you know. Just let me know. We connected now.
It's open, bro. It's open. Anytime you need to promote you or say anything for you or talk about you or do anything concerning Zemill and the PoJazz experience, we got you, man. If you send me something telling me, hey, Greg, I'm going to be performing in the street tomorrow, okay? Just let me know. We got you. We're gonna push it. We're gonna push it.
You know what? And I'm going to always be thankful and grateful and humble for all of that. And thank you for your support. I would be remiss if I did not say at the end of this day, I start tomorrow working on a short film. We're going to talk about social consciousness and where we are in this country and why it is important for us to get out and be a part of this process called voting. And so a lot of my energy is going to be geared towards a short film that I'm working on, and I start the treatment on it tomorrow. I've been booked to actually get started on it in about 28 days. And so I'll be letting you guys know. Desiree obviously will know, and I'll make sure we get that because it's so important in understanding where we are as a people, where we are as a country, that we have to understand that Dr. King talked about the urgency of now. It's not even right now. It's like yesterday we should have done this. So I'm excited about what's happening. I'm excited about the vision and the smile that is now at the front of all the news cycles, but we need to get behind all of that.
Yeah.
And you know what, as I'm sitting here listening to you and thinking about this, you know what, I'm going to take this music around with me and I'm going to play it for people, and then I'm going to get their reactions. And then I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to put it together, and then I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah. You have to let me know, Marcy, Angie, you have to let me know what you guys think about the Essential Smooth Jazz. Timeless and Intimate Pleasures is like the cornerstone of PoJazz. It'll give you the entire vision of who Zemill is, Timeless and the Intimate Pleasure CD. The Essential Smooth Jazz will give you the smooth jazz side of it. So it's great. And then the mix was like the first one. And the maturation from there to now is just amazing. So thank you, Greg, for sharing me with that Love Takes Time, man. Like, that's amazing, dude. I was like, dude, where was I? I'm over here, checking myself.
and that is
myself.
And that is why it's called an experience. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you. I thank everybody for tuning in, watching this fantastic show. This is Dope Living TV Live. We will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace out.
Let's do it.